Hey, this is the second video where I show you the answers to the most popular or best questions that I've been asked, and the reason for this is I'm convinced that many more people can benefit from these answers, not just one or two people who asked. So let's do this. What kind of lighting do you have in your studio? Do you use natural light, a lamp, or basic room lighting? Natural light is a great option for sure, but I don't get a lot of it here, so I use softboxes as the main lighting source, and also I have some overhead lighting. Softboxes work well for me, especially because I oftentimes also film my painting process. The bulbs I use are fluorescent, 20 watt, 5000 Kelvin bulbs. The measure K, Kelvin, tells the color of the light, where 3000 K, 4000 K is very yellow, 6000 is very blue, and 5000 or 5500 K is a balanced white light, and it's the best option for studio lighting. I've been working on a portrait for a month already, and I won't be done for another week or so. I'm pretty slow. I was wondering how long it takes you to paint a portrait from start to finish. The time I work on a painting varies depending on its size and complexity, but in general it takes me anywhere from 20 hours for smaller paintings to about 40–100 hours for medium and big pieces. I like to work on a painting over the course of several days, weeks, and it's quite hard to count how much time exactly I spent on any given painting. I also get disappointed with myself sometimes for moving along slower than I hoped for, but overall I try not to judge myself or rush to complete a painting, but rather enjoy the process more. Really great stuff. It's so amazing that you can paint each section to completion or near completion, then move to the next. Is there a name for this type of approach? I paint from general to specific, but I go about it one area at a time. I don't like to spread colors or block out shapes too far, like the whole face at once, for example, so I paint section by section. It seems more organized. But of course I can return to the parts of the painting I've already worked on, and I usually do, and adjust them further if I need to. Daria, how do you get your paint so thick in one application? I find that when I only put one layer of paint down and try to add other details, it is either too transparent or it smudges the other paint around. It's a matter of how much medium or paint thinner you add to your paints. I practically stopped using mineral spirits and I almost don't stain my paints anymore. I do, however, use stand linseed oil as a medium. I don't add too much of it though. I like when my paints are just the right consistency, when they're kind of creamy. Question number 5. What brush do you use for the eyelashes? I've been finding that no matter what, my dark eyelash color keeps blending into the skin tone, and not only that, all brushes are too thick for individual lashes, or the thin ones collapse too easily. I use the smallest brushes I have in size 00 for painting lashes. If you are having this problem, you can actually paint them on the next layer, this way it's not gonna blend into the skin tone underneath. Or if you want to do it in one layer wet on wet, try going in more delicately with a very small brush, not trying to paint each individual eyelash, but rather leave the hints of where they should be. I hope this makes sense to you. And another one about eyelashes. Hi Daria, I was wondering if you could be so gracious to do an eyelash tutorial. I've tried numerous times to try and imitate, but mine come out looking garish and unrealistic. Are you mixing like a soft black to do them? Any help would be appreciated, and thanks in advance. In my view, the key to painting realistic eyelashes is making them really subtle and soft, with no exaggeration. I usually use a small detail brush for this work and try to paint them softly using a dark brown or a gray color, not pure black. It is tempting to paint them with some kind of order, nicely organized, but in reality they are quite messy and grow at slightly different angles. How did you come to find your own individual painting style? I am probably still in the process of finding my style, but to be honest, I think when you paint or draw a lot, it starts to show up itself. The more you paint, the more you see what you like or don't like, and your style develops over time. what is your favorite color currently, and what influences your choice of color, specifically for the background and abstraction that I see in your works. Currently, I'm very drawn to pastel blues and pink colors. When I was just starting out, I used a totally different color palette. It was more intense and rough. Now I tend to include more and more soft, soothing colors in my paintings. And I do that mostly due to the fact that it helps me project emotions or feelings that I want to convey and create kind of a dreamy, boundless, and free atmosphere in my works. That's all for the FAQ part, but on a different note, I just wanted to say that I appreciate every single one of you who's been following me and is a part of my Patreon. I am very grateful and I want to provide you with as much value as I can. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to hit me up. Thank you and have a wonderful day. See you next time.